A House of Commons probe into sexual misconduct allegations against the top brass of the Canadian military is now expanding. The Defence Committee has agreed to call several senior Liberal officials to testify, including another round with the Defence Minister. Military police are investigating former Chief of the Defence Staff, General Johnathan Vance, who has denied any wrongdoing, and the man who took over from him, Admiral McDonald, who has temporarily stepped aside. The development follows an exclusive report by Global News detailing how the Canadian forces found out about the allegations against McDonald. Michael Couture is following this story for us tonight.
A lot of women in the Canadian Armed Forces who have sworn an oath to protect each and every one of us, and it is our duty as this committee to protect them from sexual harassment in the Canadian Armed Forces.
The vote to do that was unanimous across party lines, and there's a sense of urgency to expand the probe on sexual misconduct in the military to include allegations against former Chief of Defence Staff McDonald. Sources tell Global News Lieutenant Commander Raymond Trotter has been the subject of threats from anonymous callers after he came forward with a misconduct allegation towards McDonald, after sources say Trotter was approached by a female subordinate. Those threats are why the committee is attempting to compel Trotter to testify.
He's a person that's still in the chain of command. According to reports and news last night by Global, he's already faced intimidation and threats that his career is over. So we want to make sure that he feels free to appear without fear of reprimand.
The threats have led the Conservatives to accuse the Liberals of abuse of power and a cover-up when it comes to their handling of the allegations of sexual misconduct in the military. And it's why several senior officials will be called to testify, including the Defence Minister's former Chief of Staff, Zita Astravaz. Harjit Sajjan has been asked to return to the committee following last week's testimony where former military ombudsman Gary Walbourne said he tried to tell Sajjan about an allegation against Vance, but that the minister refused to see the evidence.
Why was the Minister of Defence more interested in protecting his battle buddy than the men and women of the Canadian Armed Forces?
I disagree with the testimony that Mr. Walbourne provided to the committee and look forward to setting the record straight when my opportunity comes to speak with the committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We asked the Prime Minister's office about those alleged threats against Lieutenant Commander Raymond Trotter. In response, a spokesperson said, quote, "We condemn any threatening behavior against complainants or anyone bringing forward allegations. It is absolutely unacceptable." Donna?
All right, Michael Couture in Ottawa, thank you.